All right, let's try that again. Welcome to the stream. We are doing year 12 of Beguiled Bastion of Beers in the Plains of Enchantment world. Our civilization is the Whiskered Whiskies. This is Dwarf Fortress. I am Mr. Touchreek, and thanks for joining me. And let's get started. So, oh, and I have something new. We've got a dog cam. We've got dogs. So if you ever want to see them, just let me know. They're sleeping. All right, so let's get started. So this is our world. Beguiled Bastion of Beers is in this little corner right here, and this fort is fairly mature. It's been 12 years old, just ticked over 12 years old, and we are in the process of building our grand entrance. So if you tuned in last time or saw the last stream, this is my second stream ever, which is exciting. I've got a whole new stream set up. We're rocking and rolling. I look forward to interacting with you guys and chatting with anyone who happens to be around. Don't be shy. Ask any questions that you have or any comments. Here to chat with everybody. So here we go. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna start working on our new entranceway. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. I'm gonna keep this zoomed up so you can see a little bit about what's going on a bit better. So we're gonna go down a little bit. There's our farm level, wood storage, and so on. This is our fortress. This is where we're going. Let's get those doors moving. So what we're doing right now is we are putting a whole bunch of statues and into this. This is going to be the top level of our grand entrance, which is going to have multiple bridges. Very, very cool stuff. It's going to go all the way down this cavern, many levels, right down here to the water. So it's going to be very cool. Very, very cool when we get there. But we've got a lot of digging to do. So we're looking forward to that. Who are you? Why are you upset? Sibrick. We have a few unhappy dwarves. And I'm not sure why. This guy's new. I'm not sure why, or new to being unhappy. I'm not sure why he's unhappy. Over the long term, he's been under a great deal of stress. So he was agitated being out in the sunshine again, as would anybody. He was embarrassed dwelling upon wearing old clothes. He was worried after being unable to pray. Worried about a lack of decent meals, self-pity after being away from friends for too long, self-pity about being away from family too long. But he's satisfied at work, euphoric due to inebriation. Dwarves like to get drunk, if you're not familiar with Dwarf Fortress. Horrified reliving seeing Xanag warmth flags die. Yeah, that was a tragic. He got beaten to death by a desert titan. So, yeah, he died horribly. And recently too. So we're going to see what we can do about getting him a little happier. So let's see his needs, which are, so what you're looking at, if you're not familiar with Dwarf Fortress, this is a dwarf's mind. All of his thoughts, all of his feelings, all of his likes and dislikes, and everything about this dwarf. And this dwarf in particular is a nervous wreck. Wonderful. And that feeling was strengthened after being out in the sunshine in 257, which was about 5 years ago. He finds something humorous in everything, no matter how serious or inappropriate, after being uncovered in 254. So he was naked for a bit, often inflamed by hatred, and easily develops hatred toward things after experiencing trauma. One sec here. Okay, he is unfocused by unmet needs. He's unfocused after being away from people, not distracted after doing nothing creative. He is unfocused after leading. Okay, so he's got some issues. We'll deal with him later. Let's get started on our digging. So what he's doing right now, that's this dwarf right there with the big down arrow. He's hauling stones away. And we have to build some statues. Let's do that. Build statues. Boom. Okay, so our dwarves are forging lead statues right now. We're going to go down to the forge level, which is just down here. We've got 2 forges right here. Lead statue, that one's being worked on, and this one here is not being worked on because I have... So what I had done is this workshop right here is a forge where we were building the lead statues, but I had that dedicated to one particular dwarf who was unhappy, but who likes lead and flasks, so I had to make a whole bunch of lead flasks. My dwarfs will probably get lead poisoning, but you know what? There you go. Alright, so we're going back up here. We're going to go to our main entrance, and we're going to start. So we're going to, with this particular entrance, my plan is I'm going to have a row of windows right up along here. You can see that. That'll be the second level of the entrance, and then below that is going to be the main entrance coming in. However, in order to do this safely and not have dwarves falling to their deaths, which they like to do, what we're going to do is we're going to dig this one level at a time. So this level first, then this one next, which as you can see is marked. The blue indicators here means that it's marked but not designated to dig yet. So basically I haven't told them to do it, but it's been marked out. Okay, so this guy right here is carrying a gem to build gem windows here. So there's going to be a row of gem windows, pardon me, all the way along here to make this look very epic and dwarfy. Alright, so we are just, now this is going to take some time. Do we have any lead statues built? We do. So we're going to go do something else while they build some lead statues. You can see here, that red stuff, that's a little bit of vomit. They're vomiting up dwarf wine because, of course, they are. Alright, so now we're going to go into, this is our tavern. It's called the Copper Cinnamon. It's a great name for a tavern. Let's find it. The Copper Cinnamon. So that's where the dwarves eat, where they socialize, and as you can see, there's lots of tables. There's all sorts of great stuff. Now, we also, last stream, if you caught the VOD, we had a very cool artifact built. Let me show it to you here. Edim Nagilak. The key of evisceration is an alder ugat. Now, an ugat is a randomly generated instrument. This game is fantastic. Everything about the game is generated randomly, which means that the musical instruments are all generated randomly, and the parts that they need are all procedurally generated, and even the music is procedurally generated randomly. It's very cool. Anyway, so this is the artifact that we created last time. So this is an alder ugat. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushion, chalk, cabochons, and baguette-cut red zircons, decorated with alder and encircled with bands of cat bone, cave spider silk, and lead. This object menaces with spikes of granite. On the item is an image of Olin Gorge echoed. It's a great name, hard to say. And the dwarf in soaked fur is the leafy root, the hill titan in cherry wood. Soaked fur is the leafy root is striking down, Olin Gorge echoed. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf Olin Gorge echoed by the hill titan. Soaked furs, the leafy root on the hill of in the hill of Rams in 63. So basically, this instrument has a picture of a dwarf being murdered on it, which is awesome. There's an image of an artifact called Morn Sunken, the native platinum figurine of Solon road griffins and cat bone. And the ugat is a huge stationary percussion instrument. It consists of 5 stone chimes attached to a metal stand. The musician strikes the chimes with a stone mallet. The instrument has a 1 octave range going from a low to a middle pitch. The instrument has a vibrating raucous timbre. Now, this is very cool. We're going to build this artifact in our meeting hall tavern here. So we're going to build it. We're going to go, so we hit B for build, I for instrument, and we're going to build it, say, right here. Idem Nigilok. Now, once that's done, we're going to get rid of this one. So this is a standard Oler Bisek, which is another randomly generated instrument. We're just going to remove that one, and we'll put that one somewhere else. We have a lot of instruments in here. As you can see, we've got another Oler, or a Moral here, which is another instrument. There's a Ugat here. Actually, yeah, we'll remove that one too. Who needs two Ugats in a dining room, right? So we'll move that. We're going to put the Oberbierstek here, over here, and hopefully dwarves will be happy. Dwarves love music. They love dancing. They love singing songs. And it's actually very cool because when you catch a dwarf singing, you can actually go in and listen, or not listen, but you can read what the song is about and what they're doing. Yes, this little guy here, that's Godin. He is the Count. He is our noble dwarf, the ruler of Beguiledbastions of Beers, and he's miserable. He suffered a terrible injury when he was very young, when he was 12, just the coming of age for a dwarf, and his spine is broken, so he crawls everywhere, and he's not happy. But he's going to bed in his palatial noble's bedroom. Alright, let's go down and see what else is going on in the fort. Alright, so this is our main bridges. One of my goals here is another upset dwarf. I have upset dwarfs. There's Melville. He was the one making the lead flasks. Let's see what else we got here. So these bridges are the main hub and highway of the fort. Unfortunately, I made this bottom one here too small, so I have to rebuild it. It's just literally that is the only way from one side of the fort to the other, so I have to figure out a way to connect those, or connect it somehow, some other way, so that I can actually tear those down and rebuild it. All right. We've got a naked vampire. He's making some scroll rollers, which is nice. I think we're gonna. How many do we have left? We've got 2 more to go. That's good. All right, we'll go back up to our main entrance hall. I'm gonna set actually a hotkey for this, so that I can come back to this level quickly. So that is just capital H, and we're gonna go to Control F or Shift F2. Actually, Shift F1, I think. It'll be kind of for the main entrance. So it's gonna change name, Grand Entrance. Unfortunately, you can't. There's not enough characters. Good. Okay, so we're gonna zoom there. Good to go. All right. Let's build another statue. If we've got another one, hopefully we do. Yes, 2 more lead statues were built while I was putzing around doing other stuff. Perfect. All right. I'm going to designate some smoothing here. So, designate smoothing. So these rocks, dwarves, I think personally dwarves don't like living on bare rock. They like a little bit of luxury. And frankly, these dwarves deserve it. They've been through hell. There we go. That's all. That's all done. So now the dwarves will come. They'll smooth that. They'll make it look. The walls make it look like these here. This is not really going to be anything important in the grand scheme of things when it's all done. But I hate unsmoothed walls. So let's do it. See those dwarves go in there. smoothing. Lots to do. Let's go back up to Shift F1. Alright, so let's build us some more gem windows. So gem window here, we're going to do those in red zircon. Red zircon. Beautiful. Alright, so we're slowly getting those windows done. Slowly. Alright, another interesting thing in our fort, we've got some forgotten beasts trapped in our... Oh, look, Godin's throwing a tantrum. Wonderful. That'll probably end well. So there, Godin's right here. Let's just... He's unhappy. I've tried everything to fix him. I even created his own personal private temple, which is full of masterpiece carvings, beautiful statues, artifacts. It's got, he can pray to whoever he wants. He can actually practice his military training here as well. Everything a dwarf needs, but unfortunately he doesn't go there very often, and it's not helping so far. I call it the Temple of Lost Souls. And one day, maybe, it'll fix someone. Alright, let's keep going. So, temples are in use. We've got, this is our main temple here. It's actually got temples to multiple different gods. Dwarves have a lot of gods. They believe in a lot of weird things. Okay, so we have just built a whole bunch of tables. So I'm going to start putting tables and chairs in all of our dwarves' luxury bedrooms. So dwarves do like their own table and chair to eat at, as you know, would anybody. I like to build my my dwarf bedrooms as 3x3 whenever I can, because there's just lots of room for everything. Dwarves do love throwing their crap all over the floor. So you do need to give them some furniture, and some are messier than others. Like this guy here. Let's see, who is this dwarf? So this dwarf is assigned 2. So Eitan Eiselkot, he's a stonecrafter, and Kel Bomrikalot, who's a scholar. Apparently one of them is a Slav. So we'll do the chairs later, but which I think they're still being built. Alright, so that's got a table everywhere there. Let's go back up here. You can sit in front of the window. Because who would like to sit in front of the window? So this is a waterfall. You can see this the mist here from the waterfall as it goes down. It goes down a long way from the top here. And I built the whole fortress kind of around it to use it, because dwarves love the mist. They love standing next to waterfalls. It gives them happy thoughts most of the time. I cannot imagine how bad this fort would be right now if I didn't have that waterfall everywhere. So I figure dwarves would love having a bedroom that looks out over a waterfall. I don't think it actually works to give them happy thoughts, but you know, it still feels good. I like it. And we are just about out of tables. Alright, that is all my tables. Good. Now dwarves will come by and grab the tables out of the stockpile, move them and put them in place, and that will give them something to do. Everyone loves hauling stuff. God, I need to fix that. Okay, let's do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give them another way to get across. And we're gonna do that underneath. So I've got 2 stairwells going down on either side. The one on the right, this one right here, wasn't really ever meant to do anything. It was meant for our hospital here and to help dig the cistern that we've got here. It was never really meant to go anywhere. But what we're going to do is we're going to dig it down a bit. So we're going to designate an up-down stair. If anyone has any questions about how stairs work, I'm happy to explain those. Alright, so there's my problem. So I need to actually go. So we're going to do an up stair here. Designate up stair. Boom. Okay, so we're going to build an up stair there. We're going to dig out around it. Give a little more space. And then we'll go over here. Because we need to move a little further over in order to get around this room. Okay, so now we are here, so we need right here. Let's go here. So we're going to dig down, J, downstair. We're going to put a downstair there. Okay, and then we go up, downstair here. And we're going to dig this all the way down to just above the cavern. Or do I want to go into the cavern? Oh, this cavern layer is fully secured, so there is absolutely nothing going on here. So this is where we're going to do that, and then we will. I don't like that though. Okay. And we can build a connection between these 2 places. It'll give the dwarves another way to get where they're going. Although I don't know if that's necessarily a great idea. Let's see, what can we do? Well, you know what, let's do this. I'm going to connect, instead of connecting them down here, that's just a long hallway that's going to look ugly. Let's do this. They can't actually get through there, can they? So it'd have to be down here. So we could connect it here, and then, because that's a storage room anyway, that's actually probably not a bad idea. You know what, let's just do it. Let's do this. I don't know if this is going to look good or work properly, but you know what, screw it. So this will give them another way to get to the surface, and then maybe we'll see about connecting it to the caverns later. So we have a lot of space down the caverns, because we have this whole cavern layer is, as I said, fully secured. So there's no way for any bad guys to get into our fort or bug us in any way. So if we go down, I'll show you one of our pet forgotten beasts. Here we go. So this is Siwat Pestratega. So he is, so right down at the bottom of the screen right there, if you can see that. So we're going to go, let's just take a quick look at him. Actually, no, we want to go, so we're going to go take a look at him. So he is an enormous Dimetrodon with lidless eyes. He has thin wings of stretched skin and has a bloated body. Its flax scales are jagged and close set. Beware its poisonous vapors. But he can't get out. He is completely trapped. There's absolutely nothing he can do. He's got a total of 4 squares of movement. So other creatures will spawn in there, and he'll kill them, and he'll stay entertained. We got a couple other ones around the edge of the map as well. Oops, wrong key. Where is he? So if we go, there we are. All right. So there's another one right here, over on the left side there. Oh, and he's moving. So this is Arco Oshkithbora, Arco Spidery Mind, the Abyss of Hate. Is an enormous eyeless mayfly. It has broad shell and appears to be emaciated. Its pink exoskeleton is warty. Beware its poisonous gas. Alright, so he's a mayfly, not going to be terribly dangerous, I don't think. So, alright, and there's another one here as well, who's just wandering around. This is Abba Stospub, the Pebble of Hating. And that is an enormous scaly ribbon worm. He has a broad shell and it is ravening. Its buff scales are oval-shaped and overlapping. Beware its webs. Alright. So he's trapped behind these fortifications. He can't get anywhere. Eventually I'll bring my archers down and we'll shoot him to death. But I'm just not worrying about that just yet. Alright, let's see how they're doing up here. Alright, let's build me some more statues. This one is, I bet you anything, this guy here is suspended for some reason. Build S. Alright, let's get this done. So, lead statue. Lead statue. Lead statue. Perfect. And let's build us another gem window. Gem window. Alright, there we go. And let's get those doors moving again. Alright. Now, you know, this is going to be... So these two little stairways here, I don't know why I pointed my screen. You guys can't see that. These two stairways here and here go up to the top, and they are our watchtowers. So we've got these two watchtowers here with dogs, with watchdogs in them. They're designed, and hopefully will work, to give me a little bit of warning if we have a were creature show up on the map. And hopefully give us a chance to raise our bridges and get safe. I haven't tested it yet. I haven't had a were creature anybody show up where they were useful, unfortunately. Alright. But, you know what, that's okay. Right now I've got all my bridges up, so normally there would be a bridge here, and a bridge over here, crossing the river. So right now we are buttoned up nice and tight, nice and secure, because frankly there's no reason for my dwarves to be out and about. We've got lots of wood, as you can see here. We've got plenty of food. We've got everything we need in the fortress right now. So we don't have to mess around with the outdoors. The outdoors is dangerous. There's sun and rain out there. Dwarves hate that stuff. Alright, so I'm going to stream for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to take a break. I have to go pick my kids up from school, or from the bus, and then we'll get back to it, and we'll stream for a couple hours. Been looking forward to this all day, but work has got in the way a bit, as it should, right? All right, I'm just gonna. Okay, good. Just checking to make sure my music is working. It's been the last 2 days. Oh, look, who's this? Exerionic, thank you. I had my mic muted for the last like 10 minutes. In case you're wondering, I am new to streaming, so fuck. I said a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff. Honestly, I did. I promise. Shit, man, that's embarrassing. Okay. So yeah, so we're just building some gem windows here for our new grand entrance. And we're going there. Wait, whoa. Oh, shit. Shit. I screwed up. That one had these ones have the wrong windows, or wrong gems in them. If you build a gem window with more than one type of gem, it flashes like that. Jesus fucking Christ, what the hell? Oh, that's, whoops. Yeah, that's just me being dumb now. So build Y. We're going to go here. Phrases. Where are my... Okay. How are you doing, Exerionic? Is that how you pronounce your name? Exerionic. How are you doing today? Okay, so build Y. Thanks for coming by the way. I appreciate it. So where are my red ones? That's weird. Alright. So pearl cut, pear cut red zircon. So we're going to forbid that real quick. Forbid. Okay, so now we can reuse those. Zerionic. It does. Zerionic? That's much easier to say, honestly. Oh, there we go. Red zircons. Y. So where are those? Okay, so let's just worry about that later. Okay, so yeah, so we're almost done with the windows, and then the way this is gonna go is that we've got this is the first level of our grand entrance. The grand entrance is going to start at this level and go down in kind of this sort of shape, down all the way to where the river ends, or where the river is. And we're going to have the... I know how that is. I'm the same way, but I have to drink water constantly, or else... yeah, I don't know. I just feel thirsty all the time. Hope you can get some food. Just one quick thing, check on the dogs, make sure that they're having some fun down there. Oh, right. There we go. Alright, so we're still getting used to the whole setup we've got going on here. Okay, so yeah, we've got a lot of work to do on this. I'm hoping to get some good digging done today. Well, let's get these windows done. The problem with doing this sort of thing when you're digging down is that it's a good way to kill dwarves. Dwarves love mining out the square they're standing on. And dropping themselves down into many layers, normally killing them. So you have to be really careful with it. Please tell me I didn't do that. I wonder if that's just blinking like that because of the mist. All right, good. We're looking good here. So Zerionic, do you actually do you play Dwarf Fortress? How much do you know about the game? Alright, so that's our tavern. Oh yes, we've got our new artifact built. Sweet. So this is, in case you haven't seen it, there we go. So this is our artifact. I keep forgetting how to get into that to view. That's our artifact Ugat, which is an instrument. We made that at the end of last stream. Very, very cool. Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't like collapsing roofs because I always find that someone's going to be standing underneath it, right? So I try not to avoid collapsing. But yeah, the one layer at a time is the way to go. I also am, I non-smooth stone drives me crazy. I really hate it. And so when I'm digging down, you have to, if you want to smooth it, you have to dig it out, smooth it, and then dig down, right? As you can see with the temple here, I didn't do that. I just designated it all, and eventually we've got one temple layer that is not smoothed, which drives me nuts. I keep thinking of building scaffoldings to try and fix that, but I'm like, it's kind of not worth it, you know? Kind of not worth it. All right. Oh, this guy. So this is Kubik. He's a bard, and we all love bards, don't we? They're so useful. But he's such a pig. He always leaves his food lying around in his bedroom. So his room is always filled with miasma, which is very exciting. So okay, so what I just did recently was I just put tables in a whole bunch of bedrooms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up a job here. We're going to make some rock thrones. So some chairs for all those. So we're going to make 50 of those. And then we're going to designate, we want those made in granite. So I've got lots of granite kicking around. All right, there we go. So now we've got a whole bunch of mason shops. They're all going to get filled up with dwarves, making so granite, or we got, sorry, mason shops here. We got 6 of them. They're going to get cranking out those tables and chairs, those chairs. All right, cool. So we have our new area here. Let's get smoothing this. This is just a walk, or kind of a connection to the upper floors, so that I can give them another way to get from one side of the fort to the other. Because as of right now, the only way they can do that is across a bridge, which is awesome. It's exactly what I was hoping, or what I wanted when I designed the thing. But I need to rebuild the bridge because it is it's too narrow. I need to actually make it 3 squares across. For collapse, you can dig out levels normally and smooth the walls before you drop the roof. I've done it with a monster trap, not as classy. Classy. That's funny. I've had a lot of time to work on this fort. All right, I'm going to need to pause, or I'm going to need to take a quick break here and pick my kids up from school. So what I'm going to do, they need to be picked up for the bus. It's -30 outside. I don't want to make them walk home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a dwarf here. I'm going to find our moping account, and you can follow him for a bit. I'll be about 15 minutes, and we will continue. So I want to get a couple hours of streaming in here. So, oops, we're going to... Oh, he's also got a mandate. I need to do that. So he wants cabinets built, so I need to do that too before I forget. As you can imagine, he's not a happy camper when you don't do that. Alright, so let's do that here real quick. Where is my carpenter's area? I'm going the wrong way. I don't even know how this fort works. Carpenters. So we're gonna queue up a couple of a cabinet. All right. Now let's go to you. We're gonna find Godin again, and then we'll put you on. We'll let the fort run, and we'll, okay, follow. Okay, perfect. So we're going to switch scenes to, I will be right back. Zirianic, if you are still here when you come back, or when I come back, I appreciate that. If not, take it easy, and, toss me a follow if you want. I will be right back. probably mute the mic. That might be helpful. All right, I'm back. Uh, Thanks for hanging around if you're hanging around. I appreciate that. Zerionic, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. All right. So, Godin, we've been following Godin. He's meditating on death, which is always a nice and healthy thing. For sure. All right. Kids have been successfully. Hey, Trash Mac! Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you. Welcome to my fort. Welcome to Beguiled Bastion of Beers. I know it doesn't look like much right here, but let me. We're working on some big stuff right now. So go up to the top. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? My hotkeys not working. That's weird. There we go. All right, so this is our main level. We're working on a big grand entrance to our fort right now because this is just kind of flat and boring up here. There's not a whole lot going on this level, so we are creating a giant grand entrance. All right, and let's get building. So we've got some gem windows that we're building. This is going to be kind of the above the door. Oh, you just wait, just 2 seconds. Let me fix this here. So we got this one, and then we got this one here. Yeah, me too. The texture pack is Vetlinger. Comes as part of the new, the Lazy Noob pack, and I love it. I think it's the best graphics pack that there is. It looks classy. It's not overly colorful, I find, and it just has a really nice look to it. Particularly, I like the cavern layers. Like, they're really... Cavern layers there's so many different things going on in a cavern layer. They can get really busy and overwhelmingly, kind of, well, overwhelmingly colorful. This, I find, is just a really nice pack. You can see I've got far too many animals. I probably need to get rid of a few of those. We'll start slaughtering them. Although I would never slaughter dachshunds, and you're evil for doing that, Trash Man. Just kidding. I slaughter dogs all the time. Alright. Speaking of which... Oh, that's probably why. Oh, fuck. Sorry, 1 sec. Still trying to figure out my... I'm still trying to figure out the hotkeys. I just set up my streaming setup over the last couple of days. I'm still getting used to my hotkeys. But you can look at my dog lick her. Oh, all right. My dog is licking herself. This is quality entertainment, everybody. I have to say, quality entertainment. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. Okay, if you've never heard of Diggy Diggy Hole, go on to YouTube and Google it, or go into YouTube and search for Diggy Diggy Hole. It's the Dwarf Fortress theme song. I mean, spiritually, it is amazing. And it's so catchy. Oh, I just heard it last night for the first time. I had never heard it before. Diggy Diggy Hole, and it's been stuck in my head the whole time. I will probably belt out singing it at some point. Okay, we are just about done here. So we have 30 lead statues, as well as, I think, 10 or 12 gem windows. We are finally ready to start digging down. So, digging down, and then we're going to get into this layer here. Yeah, I know, it was posted in 2014. I'm just learning about it now. I am really uncool. Okay, so we're going to go, our grand entrance, this is kind of the basic template for it. I called this the shield, that's the sword. But yeah, this is going to go all the way down about 12 or 15 Z levels, down to the level of the water. It's going to be wide open. There's going to be, I want multiple bridges crossing it. I'm really looking forward to digging this, but as you know, dwarves do like to kill themselves when they dig, so I am trying to do it very deliberately. Can't believe I didn't know about Diggy Diggy Hole, honestly. It was just... But man, I laughed my ass off so much when I heard that last night. Okay, we're done. Let's start designating and digging. Diggy diggy hole, digging a hole. Alright, so we're going to designate all of this to channel. Now, if anyone is watching is not familiar with how Dwarf Fortress works, channeling lets you dig down. So that is good. I think I can dig this up too. No, there's going to be fortifications there, so... Alright. Well, if there's any other cultural phenomena related to Dwarf Fortress I don't know about, please let me know. You can post a link if you want. And, yeah, I feel very out of the loop, considering how much I love this game and how long I've been playing it. Alright. Hi, Kira. Yes, you're a good girl. You're a good girl, aren't you? That's Kira you can see on the couch back there. Alright, so now we're digging, and as we go, we're going to start revealing this one here, this level here. And we're going to, once this is done, we're going to dig out the rest of it and start building our entry. Okay, so that'll need to be... So eventually the caravans, if we look out here, I'm going to zoom out a bit. Alright, so this is my kind of the layout of the land. We've got a river flowing over from the right here. I split it up into to create a bit of a moat. And we've got two giant waterfalls falling down. I'm hoping it's going to be very impressive, Trash Mac. I really am. Beyond the first level, I really don't know how it's going to look, though. So, fingers crossed, right? But so we've got two different waterfalls. This is the one right here, where we're working on right now. So if we go down, we can see this opening here. This will kind of be the entrance way. I'm going to eventually build a dome over top of that. And then as we go down, it's going to go, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but what I want to do is have, so there's going to be a bridge coming in this way for the trade caravans and the main entrance to the fort. And then it's going to kind of hopefully loop around here and go to the trade depot over here. And then we'll have bridges coming up from the bottom on different levels to connect to it. Alright. So let's go back. Actually, let's zoom back in so we can actually see what's going on. Got lots of dwarves working. And good to go. Trash Mac, thank you so much for the follow. It's super appreciated. I just started doing this, so every follow is appreciated. You are epic. Thank you very much. Alright, so next step with this Diggy Diggy Hole is what we're going to do is, actually let's let them finish. We're going to change all of this marking to digging. And then we will, okay. So we're going to go M. Then we're going to designate M. Now we're going to toggle this all. Alright. So if you've never used marking, this is a really good way to plan what you're doing without actually doing it. Hello, we've got some combat going on here. Let's check. We've got a war dog fighting. Looks like a war dog fell somewhere. Where is this? Ah, okay. So it looks to me like a dog got... oh, fuck. How did that get missed? So one little square here got missed. And I hope I can get up there. Is it the... Yeah, I should be able to. Okay. So... Yeah, looks like 2 dogs fell while all the mining was happening. Exciting stuff. Excuse me. Hey, TKR. Held a message for recent identity. Allow it. Okay. I'm not sure why that comment was held. Okay. Hi, TKR. How are you? Welcome to the stream. It's great to see you. We are in the middle of building a grand entranceway for my dwarves. That is... Oh, for fuck's sakes. Ah, I see why. Okay, so we're going to X that. So that we can get... So, ramps. Ramps are my nightmare. The bane of my fucking existence. I hate them so much. So we're gonna X this. In fact, we're gonna. Yeah, I don't understand what or why it would do that. But I've allowed it. You can now say "ow" as much as you like. This is an "ow" safe space for you. I'm doing great, TKR. I mean, this is my my second stream. I've still got the new streamer nerves. This is but it's a lot of fun. We're doing the fort. This particular fort's been I've been working on it for quite a while. It is a just over 12 years old now in dwarf time, and we're doing great. I'm having a lot of fun. So I'm just glad there's somebody watching. That's all. So I hope everyone can hear me. The music's not too loud. I'm still mucking around with volume levels. No, I've been playing Dwarf Fortress for a while. Just new to streaming. I don't even know how long, but it's been a few years I've been playing Dwarf Fortress. This is probably my most successful fort, though. Ah, there we go. Alright, so the dwarves finally got that one mist piece done, and we're digging. Diggy diggy hole. Cool, thank you. The first stream I did, I had my volume set way too low, so I had to crank, just to listen to it, I had to crank it way up. So I spent the last 2 days mucking around with volume and mucking around with the camera settings, because the audio was also not synced. Oh, it's actually been a lot of fun, I gotta admit. So we are digging out the main entrance here. Yes, yes, I just learned about the song Diggy Diggy Hole. This is my my shame. I will live with it for a long time. I guess the reason I'm not part of the Minecraft community, so I don't play Minecraft at all. So I guess that's my excuse. So, but there you go. Alright, so we're digging. TKR, do you play Dwarf Fortress as well? The Oddcast version. I didn't know there was another one. So, I'll check that out, Trashbag, I will. I had, actually it was, I don't even know, actually I know exactly how I found it. I was Googling dwarf stuff, for alert notifications and stuff, you know, and I just ran across it, and it was just like, oh my god, I literally giggled for like 10 minutes straight. It was hilarious. And the animation that in the Oddcast version is awesome as well, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. Like the Wind Rose version better myself. Drunken Dwarves also. No, actually I've never heard of anything by Wild Rose. I'm Just learning about this now. Again, I am painfully uncool, so you'll have to bear with me, I guess. Drunken dwarves. That sounds good, though. Sounds very appropriate, really. I will have to check that out. All right, so weird. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We have these. We're gonna put these dwarves to a lot of work. I'll take you on a tour of the fortress in a bit if you want. Show you what's what. We got some cool stuff. We got 3 forgotten beasts trapped in the first cavern lair because I spent an absurd amount of time. It was like a year and a half of dwarf time, completely blocking in the cavern lair. So our first cavern lair is completely isolated from monsters. Also, your fortress house is pretty decorative instead of just being square rooms. Yes, yes. Square rooms are boring. The big problem I find with this, with Dwarf Fortress, is that when you get, our mayor was just reelected. Congratulations, Olan. Every time you start doing, yeah, square rooms are boring. Yes, they are. But every time you start doing anything with, things just always look like penises. That's the big problem with this game. There's just penises everywhere. So I try not to do that. Oh, stop it. Your fort's more interesting. This fort's, honestly, I picked this fort because it can essentially run on its own. I mean, I had to run out to grab my kids a few minutes ago to pick them up from the bus, and I just left it going. Because it literally has there's no danger. I'm completely insulated from anything on the outside world. The cavern layer is completely sealed up. I have not had problem. Maybe, well, maybe I just see penises everywhere. Which is, I don't know what that says about me. But anyway, so we're not doing that this time anyway. Let's go. Why do we have a dwarf sleeping on the job? You have beds, you know, people. So let's find out, who are you? So this guy here. This is Mestos Abelast. Ablelsat. Pardon me. He's sleeping. Why is he sleeping? He literally has his own room. She is embarrassed after sleeping on a rough cave floor. Well, no shit. Satisfied at work, delighted remembering being near a waterfall. Waterfalls are so cool. If you ever embark on a waterfall, it's like half your problems are solved already. Within the last season, she was blissful, remembering sleeping in a very good bedroom. She was worried after a lack of decent meals for too long, restless after being unable to practice a martial art for too long. I think she's actually one of our militia dwarves. But anyway, let's take a look. She is unfocused by unmet needs, not distracted after being away from people, unfettered after staying occupied, not distracted after doing nothing creative, not distracted after leading it. Okay. She is distracted after being unable to acquire something. She's untroubled after drinking. She is distracted after a lack of decent meals. That's what's annoying, because they like the weirdest things, and that's the only thing that will make them happy. Don't be embarrassed about sleeping on a rough cave floor. You should see the woodworker. Poor slob is sleeping under the trees like an elf. At least you're in a cave. True enough. There's nothing worse than the outdoors for a dwarf. So she wants to fight. She wants to help somebody. She wants to practice a craft. That we can fix. Badly distracted being away from friends. I really need to give these dwarves a holiday. Because dwarves do like downtime. They really, really do. And being able to wander. Okay. So let's focus on, well, you know what, she's a minor. She's not unhappy, she's just sleeping on the floor. So she'll be fine. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Okay, so now we can start. I don't know, Z. I want to remove that. Although this is all going away anyway. So I'll show you a little bit about what the starting of our fort. So this area here will be a 4x4 area going all the way to here. And now that is going to be essentially the bridge. That's where the caravans are going to come. That's going to be all open. Now what we're going to do is we're going to designate essentially everything else to channel, and we're going to dig down beyond that now. But what we also need to do, though, is smooth everything, because there is nothing worse than unsmooth stone. Alright, we're going to do this the easy way with the mouse. Alright, there we go. Doing this kind of designation with the keyboard is really irritating. It's really the only time I use the mouse for anything. Okay. Now there's no point in designating the floor, because that's all going to go. I wasn't actually sure if you could smooth gypsum or not. The yellow stuff is gypsum. You said you have your area in the first cavern layer seal up safe. You know what it's like to dig down a ramp to the cavern layer and make my... Yeah, yeah, could definitely do that. Most of my stuff is stored up here, though. Actually, it's stored all over the place. I mean, so it wouldn't really matter as far as actually taking stuff. But the nice thing about doing your trade depot in the caverns is that you can actually create them a secure exit if you're ever sieged, for instance. They can just go off the map in the cavern, which is nice. Hear the clicky clack on my keyboard. But I've never actually done that. I've never actually done one in the caverns, a trade depot. Just maybe that's just too many ramps. I hate ramps. I get how they work, but it's just they're so fussy and fiddly sometimes. Found a little platinum down here. I love platinum. Oh man, how much do we actually have? There's a fucking ton of it. Problem is, if I mine it out, then my whole design is ruined. Some string collect. Missed the first cavern layer. Dug my ramp down to the second cavern layer. Somehow managed to dig only into walls and not breach through as I passed through the first cavern layer. Yeah, I've done that too. I have another fort on one of my other computers. Oops. That I've only ever found 2 cavern layers. And there's one. I know there's 3 of them, but I don't know where they are. Alright, so that is now our... Okay, so now we can get them to work. One of the things, I'm going to show you, I'm going to pop up Dwarf Therapist here, so you can see what it looks like, what my Dwarf Therapist looks like. I do something... I make sure that all of my dwarves have stone detailing on. You can see that here. Everybody's got stone detailing, so everybody gets to do smoothing. Makes things go a lot faster, typically. Oh, Willow. Hang on, sweetheart. There you go. Wave to the nice people. Dogs aren't behaving. They're not staying where they're supposed to be to make my dog cam work. I'd like to sure all dwarves have some stone detailing on too. I figure they're dwarves, they should do something. So yes, true enough. I just can't stand sitting there watching 3 dwarves do all the work. I mean, this is a lot of stone detailing. In fact, I don't even know what's going on where most of them are, but Normally there should be a lot more doing this. So pop down to the tavern, see we've got some dwarves here taking it easy, which is also nice. I wonder if anyone's playing our artifact. Ugat. No. Okay. I'm just really chuffed about that last artifact that we got. I understand why people do cat cams over dog cams. They do. Normally my dog's asleep all day. I mean, like, seriously, they never move. But yeah, that's the whole reason for this fort. I scoured the world trying to find something with a waterfall, and I found this one. It was a nice tall waterfall. It was perfect, and so I built the tavern around it. Originally, I left it open. I didn't have these fortifications around it, which was awesome. It looked great, but I had a flying monster come in and cause some problems. Not ideal. And I also had a few dwarfs fall to their deaths because they started walking on the frozen mist during the winter, and then they would, it would thaw and they would fall to their deaths. Not fun. So I decided, you know what, open isn't the right idea. But this worked out really well, just as far as getting a waterfall feature in the fort without a whole lot of hassle. Okay, we've just finished constructing 50 chairs, which is awesome. We're going to go down to our bedrooms, and we're going to start placing some chairs here. So we'll start right here. So we're going to go build chair. Oops. TKR, thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate it. As a brand new streamer, every single follow is gold. So thank you so much. All right, so let's see. Placing some chairs. Gotta earn that follow. Okay, so that one's got a chair already, so put the chair there, chair there. Dwarves do love a nice little dining area of their own. It also satisfies the need to acquire something if you put a chair in their room, I think. The beautiful thing about this game is that it hasn't all been data mined yet. Like, not every single thing is known about this game. That's one thing I really like about it. So this guy, so this is the room of a little baby called Baby Reg, which is funny because he has his own room. He's a baby. His mom and dad have this room here. He never stays in his own room. He always sleeps in his mom's bed, which is sweet. And his mom is one of my favorite dwarves of the fort. She's right here. She's actually, hang on, let me show you to her. She is Saxel Kasben Kivish. Now, she is a scribe, so she works in our library, and she has, I gave her an absolute throne room of a bedroom. I think you picked a good game to start streaming with. Lots of good peeps in the Dwarf Force community, and the other Dwarf Force streamers will tend to get to know you and raid your streams occasionally. Yeah, it's a small community. It's the one guaranteed to attract the bare minimum of people, but it's a fun game, and it's one that you kind of have to be active. You have to explain. You have to tell the story, because you can't just watch Dwarf Fortress and understand what's happening. You know, like if I was playing, like the other game I play a lot is World of Warships. I play that all the time, and with that, I mean, I would be sitting there playing the game and not, you don't have to talk nearly as much. So I think this is a fun game. Anyway, so while we were sealing the cavern, she was hauling rocks and hauling blocks to build the walls, and she got attacked by a troll. So as you can see here, her fourth toe left foot is broken. Her fourth toe left foot is smashed open. Her upper lip is mangled beyond recognition. Her lower lip is mangled beyond recognition. Her right cheek is mangled beyond recognition. Her left cheek is mangled beyond recognition. Her left eye is mangled beyond recognition. Her right eye is mangled beyond recognition. So her face got literally ripped apart by this troll, and she's still happy. I mean, she's still married. She actually has a lover, so she's cheating on her husband. And yeah, she's just a fantastic dwarf. And I love her to bits. So she's a blind scholar, so she's invented dwarf braille. She's probably done with nails or something. At some point, I would just stop listing the parts of her face. True, but you know, yes, her face was ripped off by a troll, essentially. But there you go. But anyway, so she has the most glorious bedroom in the fort, other than our two founding dwarves and our mayor, or not our mayor, pardon me, our count, who is still depressed about everything. Okay, so let's go see how they're doing. Poor woman. Yeah, actually, I have a really good doctor. I've got a great hospital. She got really. That's our hospital there. Our doctor has his own room and his own private dining room. I don't understand why chief medical dwarves don't have room requirements. I really think they should. So anyway, I always give him a room right next to the hospital. So lots of beds, lots of materials. It's got a well right in the hospital, so there's no worries. Hospitals aren't hard. Just once you realize you need how to lay them out. I mean, they need a bed with a table beside it. You need a coffer to store the materials, or a coffer or a chest, and then a traction bench. I don't worry about like plaster for casts. I always just use splints, and let's make sure that we don't have any mandates that we're worrying about. Okay. So they're not hard to do. You'll probably die. Get back to work for now. Yeah, well, that's very dwarfy. Honestly, that is very dwarfy, and very dwarfy is what we're all about here. Okay, so we're looking good. So we're gonna build gem, no access. Oh, I understand what's going on. I forgot to leave them away back out. Yep, I am not smart. Okay, that explains a lot, actually. Okay. Oops is right. Alright, well, we're going to build a temporary ramp here. I was wondering why we had so few dwarves actually building this constructions. Okay, so we're going to build a ramp here. This is going to be on the bridge anyway, so that can stay. I'm going to eventually have stairways here. In fact, I'm going to start digging those right now. But I didn't give them a way to get back up to the main flare, so I trapped my dwarves. Yeah, I did. So, okay, well, we'll get those done. Alright, so now let's start dig. We're going to dig a downstair here. Hope no one dies of thirst. Yeah, no kidding. I was kind of wondering why they were just standing there. Okay, so we're going to dig up downstairs here. We're going to start, we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. This should prevent this problem in the future. Alright, so we'll go here, J, and then we'll go upstairs there. Okay, so now we go back up to the top, and we do that again over the other side. So, okay, so we do up, downstairs. Oh, that's not going to work. Shoot. Okay, we'll have to do it elsewhere. So I can't have it too close to this, because that's going to be as they go down, as the caravan goes down, that's going to be the pathway where it goes forward. Of course, that doesn't need to be 5 wide. Why is that 5 wide? That's the problem. It only should be 4. Yeah, okay, so we're good. Okay, so we're going to do a downstair here. Okay, go down I for an up down stair, and we'll go all the way to the bottom there, and then we'll do an upstairs here. There we go. And that should prevent this from ever happening again, which is good. Okay, let's get them back to work. Now we should start seeing, once those get built, are they built yet? No. Alright, give them a few minutes. Hopefully they'll build that quickly before they die of thirst. Yeah, go from there. Okay, maybe I should, who is this? Let's go Mestoth. Let's disable constructions on him. So, what's his name? Mestos. There we go. So we're going to just turn off construction on him. I will turn on Dwarf Therapist so you can see what I'm doing. So I've searched for his name. I don't know if you guys use Dwarf Therapist or not. He does not have construction on. Okay, well let's fix that. And we're going to turn off stone detailing. So now the only thing he should be doing is fixing stuff, or building those 2 constructions. There we go. He's on his way. We're just gonna... No! Stop digging, you idiot! Jesus Christ. So let's turn off everything. Oh, I forgot to turn off Dwarf Therapist, didn't I? Still getting used to this. Alright, so now Mestos has nothing enabled other than construction. So he should go and do that now. Because it would be nice not to lose dwarves. I hate losing dwarves. We do have a very nice, very nice crypt area though. It's quite full, as you can see. There's been so most of these are this is entirely full, and then most of these are full as well. So we've got a bunch of dead people in here, but we're not doing so bad, considering this was not meant to be a combat fort. Oops, there we go. We are good to go. Unusable. Oh, fuck, right. Did I mention I hate ramps? Of course, they're not going to work without a wall behind them. Alright, Mestos, get back to work. Where is he? There he goes. Alright, so once this wall is built, we should be able to get back up again. Because apparently I'm not smart. I don't use Dwarf Therapist. I'm most straight vanilla, except that I play with a custom ASCII tile set so I can play on the Pet 64 font. Oh yeah, nice. Commodore 64. I never had one of those. One of my friends did when I was a kid. Custom color palette. Remember the old green monochrome monitors? Really? That is hard mode. Really? Doing this in monochrome would be... It is hard enough, I think. Okay, so now that that's built, so we're gonna start. We're gonna go put Mestos back to mining and give him his jobs back, because save the day. Okay, there we go. That's better. We're actually doing what we need to do now. I suppose that's not important. Okay, so now that this pick here was Mestos's, he dropped it when I told him he couldn't use use mining anymore. Alright, good. Oh yes, okay, I gotcha. Month, just changed months, so all my dwarves have are in their military year now. Okay, so now we're rocking and rolling up here. Okay, so back down to the tavern. Let's check the cavern lair. Actually, let's check to see if there are any bad guys on the map. We've got kangaroos. A little bit of just a little something of home for Trash Mac. But nothing. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that is caged. Actually, like the monochrome color palette I made is actually trichrome, black and greens from the old green monochrome monitors for half of the colors, and amber like the old amber monochrome ones. Yeah, I actually did have a green monitor when I was growing up, an Apple IIe with a green monochrome monitor. That's epic stuff. My hunters seem to like eating the kangaroos, Trash Mac. They hunt them all the time. So anyway, this is my menagerie of stuff, of just basically random stuff I captured in the caverns. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them yet. I did create this little danger room, and I was going to toss them in there, which I will probably do again. I was going to use them for my archers to practice on. There were some issues with it though. So now actually we can do this. So that's fun. So we're going to build a fortification here, and then we're going to do that again. So we're going to dump all those bad guys in here. This is multiple levels tall. The archers can stand up here on the battlements and shoot down at the bad guys. I actually had originally I had a retractable bridge on the bottom of it, and I closed it up, threw all the animals. There was Gorlak, troglodytes, trolls, and some thieves and conspirators in there. I was kind of hoping they'd just all kill each other, but excuse me, they didn't. Eventually, the Gorlak destroyed my bridge. I had no idea that was even a thing. He destroyed my bridge. They all got out. It was higgledy-piggledy everywhere, and just all sorts of chaos. This was a blood-soaked area, let me tell you that. Alright, let's go back. Someone will come down and do that shortly, I'm sure. Okay, so build C. Nope, build Y. Alright, let's do this. So we're going to build... Oh, wait, no, we can't do that. We have to make sure that this is smoothed before we do anything like that. So I'm going to just prioritize this over here. Because if that doesn't get done first, it won't get done when I put the windows there. Trash Mac, how long have you been in Canada? Nice. And you're in BC, right? Manitoba. I'm originally from Saskatchewan, so I feel your pain. And I'm in Edmonton now, but we managed to pick the place in in Alberta that was far enough away from the mountains that they might as well not even be here. I mean, we're 4 hours from the mountains in any direction. So, yay! I still live on the prairies. But I'm originally from Manitoba. Actually, I was born in Winnipeg. Yeah, Colorado's beautiful. Never been there. I've seen it on, pictures. But I love BC. Every time I get a chance to go to BC, I take it. It's gorgeous. My grandmother used to live on Vancouver Island, and yeah, that was an absolute. It was my favorite place on earth, the island. Okay, so let's go down. We're gonna smooth this. Actually, no, we're not even gonna bother smoothing that because it's gonna get all dug out anyway. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh my goodness. So, grew up next to the ocean, Australia. It's very strange being so far inland now. Yeah, I hear you. I love the ocean. I always have, and I've never lived anywhere near it. Okay, we're gonna dig this out. This is getting a little ridiculous because these dwarves are a little cramped. This corridor here was never meant for this sort of thing. It was only ever meant to go to our guard towers up top here, right here, which we've got some watchdogs in to hopefully catch or see any were creatures before they actually get into the fort. So it was never really meant for, you know, a huge clot of people like this. I get the feeling this is slowing things down quite a bit. And you can see the lovely carpet of vomit on the floor. Yeah, cave adaptation's a thing. Alright, so here we go. Good. Okay, we're gonna start building some gem windows now. I love gem windows. They're so much easier than glass. I never actually messed around with glass. I should. I always make sure that I buy some glass from the traders when they come early on, just in case an artifact needs it. Nothing worse than losing a good dwarf to a strange mood. Although it happens. Okay, we are just about done. We can go down to the next level, which means I have to designate all of that. That's so much fun. Oop. Speaking of strange moods. Now, I have been to Washington State, and I've been to Seattle. That's great country. That is an absolutely brilliant place. The Pacific Northwest is fantastic. Also, Washington State makes fantastic wine. I'm a huge fan of Washington wines. Okay, so we got ourselves a strange mood. Guaranteed, he's going to go to a Krasdorf workshop, and he's going to make an earring. Because that's what they always do. I'm sure it'll menace with spikes of something. Oh. Dog cam. So as you can see, this is the bridge that needs to be replaced. It is too small, too narrow. So dwarves bump into each other, and it takes people a while to get across it, longer than they should. So I need to... Actually, now that I've done that, let's follow this dwarf for a second, then we'll go take a look. But we actually there is a way across... Ooh, ooh, ooh! He's in a forge. Fucking sweet. So we're gonna have a metal earring. Just watch. Okay, let's see what he gets. Probably gonna be like a lead amulet or bracelet or something. I don't know. Oops. Where'd he go? He's going up. There he is. Okay, let's follow him around for a bit. Alright. You guys watch the dogs for a minute. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I hope the dogs were entertaining. Watch them breathe. Oh, excellent. Sword Master has bestowed the name Lolo Otolatham upon a bismuth bronze short sword. So this particular fort actually has no access to weapon metal other than silver. So every weapon in this fort has been imported. So they're a mix of quality. Well, when I first got here, there's just one dog. Then she got up, and I noticed the second one. Now I see a third one over the other. Yeah, I've got 3 dogs. So yeah, and they're all cute. They're super cute. One is purebred beagle. The other 2 are. Oops, sorry. Hang on. Let's get the other 2 are crossbreeds, beagle crosses, and yeah, they're adorable. And the beagles are good. Beagles are awesome dogs. Although they were, to be fair, my second choice. My wife refused to get me a basset hound. Something about, you know, droopy eyes and making her all grossed out. But, you know, there you go. But yeah, so we've had beagles for quite a while, and we absolutely adore them. Okay, so we're gonna build. So now, my plan was to have, over on the left-hand side here, is to have actually walkways and just regular doors, so that dwarves could go in and out without having to raise the bridge all the time. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just not sure exactly how. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that just yet. However, I'm going to leave this area here unchanneled. So we're going to do... what do I need to do here? I need another... Y. No, build Y. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do another gem window here. Do red spinels. Another gem window here. Red spinels. Good. Okay. I had a German Shepherd when I was a kid. Yeah, Saint Bernards. All my in-laws had a Saint Bernard cross. I'm not sure what she was crossed with, but that was the biggest dog I've ever seen. She was huge. She was also not the nicest dog in the world. She was kind of cranky, really. But she had a tough life. So we're gonna start designating our channels here. Oh, absolutely not, Trash Mac. You're totally wrong there. We're going to X that. So we're going to switch to marking. Marker only. And we're going to start channeling. But you know what? Every dog's a good dog. I am lucky to have 2 wonderful kids who both love dogs. And I don't think they actually learned the term dog until they were quite a bit older, because every dog is a puppy to me, right? So I love my puppies. The girlfriend once had a Saint Bernard, very friendly, very big, gave you a full shower of saliva every time you shook it. Yes, yes. By small dogs, I mean the very, very small ones. Yappy for me. Yeah. Chihuahuas are, yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and then we'll start to see this take shape. Now, layer by layer is the only way to dig. This takes a long time, but you know what? It's the only way to stay safe. And no one plays Dwarf Fortress to see dwarfs die. Except everybody. Okay, so that's... And then we go diggy diggy hole. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this area right here as a pathway. And then that is going to get channeled. Do all this little bullshit. I like big dog. I've never had a big dog. The Winston, which is, well, the one who's looking over here, um, is the biggest dog I've ever owned. I'm wondering if that's okay. Just checking to make sure that camera was still active. The it's a the camera I'm using over there is an old iPhone, so it's gone over like just over the network, and it occasionally just stops. You can see them a bit better now. But yeah, dogs are the best. Dogs are absolutely the best. But I've never had a big dog. I've only ever had small dogs. So Winston, who is the kind of the one on the right, he is the biggest dog I've ever had, and he's a real sweetheart. I think he's actually crossed. We don't know exactly what he's crossed with, but I think it's a German Shepherd. So German Shepherd Beagle cross with, or at least that's my headcanon, and it makes a very sweet dog, but he has the goofiest run I've ever seen. Okay, and we are channeling. Okay, so that is everything. So we have the pathways that I wanted to keep over here done, so we don't have to worry about those, and we can actually, we should be able to do this right now. And just, let's change that to, let's unmark that and change it to designation so that they'll actually start ordering the dig. And let's go to town. We're going down, baby, going down. Alright, and now while they're doing that, we're going to find our, let's go find our strain to boot. There he is. He's a blacksmith. Deduk Zan Ordorin, which is good. I don't have a legendary blacksmith right now. I've just got really poor quality blacksmiths. So let's hope he doesn't go nuts. You know, while we're waiting for me to start the stream again, or the game again, I just want to thank everyone for hanging out. It's really, really appreciated. There's nothing worse, I think, than talking to nobody. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out, chatting, and just talking some dwarfs with me. I'm actually kind of I've been a dwarf obsessed for a long time. When I was in World of Warcraft, I was known as the Dwarven Battle Medic. I had a blog called Dwarven Battle Medic, so I've been dwarf obsessed for a long time. So this game was just kind of a natural thing. Oh, shoot. Where'd he go? Where is he now? Alright. So eventually I'm going to build another forge over on the right hand side here, and I have to redo the storage rooms that are above it. That was kind of the first big storage room that I made when I made the fort, and it's a mess. It's like 5 or 6 different stockpiles of various different shit, and it's really not very useful. It's a bit of a mess. My frame rates are not great. I don't mind them. I actually kind of like them right around 30, because anything more and things get a little too they happen too fast. You can't really see what's going on, especially in combat. Combat, just like things fly all over the place. There's blood and it's just over. So this way, at this kind of frame rate, you can kind of see what's happening a little better, I think, anyway. But every time I make a new fort, I'm just astonished at how fast everything happens. because things do take a while in this particular frame rate. Alright, so I wonder what he's going to go now. Okay, let's go up top and see how they're doing. He's going to be a while. But luckily, because this is such a crap-ass stockpile, most everything he needs is right here. So, that's handy. But I wonder, you know, maybe he'll make a legendary weapon. That would be nice. Alright, we'll go back upstairs and see what's going on. Come on. Okay. That's weird. There we go. Okay, so we are digging. Things are looking good. Oh, goat, you poor bastard. Unfortunately, I think our mayor is going to die. There's nothing I can do. I have not been able to figure out any way to help him not be stumbling around obliviously. 3x4 blue area down here. That is going to be the. So what I just did is I'm just channeling down here. So this bridge here is going to come in, then it's going to go down. So that's what that is going to be. That's going to be kind of the pathway, the path forward. And then eventually, I'm thinking it's going to kind of go over to the right and then loop up and then go down a few Z levels. And that's where the trade depot is going to go. But it's designated as blue right now because I'm not sure that that's what I want. I don't know. I'm winging this as it were. So, okay. But we're going pretty good. So actually, I could, since I just, stop. Okay. Since once this is dug out, I could actually turn that into a regular designation and tell them to dig it out. But we're not. I don't. Actually, we can do that right now because there is no reason. It's gonna have to go there somewhere. So we'll just dig that out, like so. And beyond that, I'm not sure where it's gonna go exactly. The one thing I've always hated, the one thing that I find really hard about this game is right at the start when you're digging into the ground just for shelter, and you just got to throw up building or throw up spaces, for what your needs are. I always hate having I guess unpretty or temporary scratches in the earth sort of thing. So I always take way too long in getting into the earth because I always make it pretty. Yeah, because you could imagine doing something like this when you don't have beds and you don't have anywhere for the dwarves to eat or anything like that. So yeah, so I've started doing just a big common kind of big circular area, stuff everything in there at first, and then eventually turn that into a trade depot. But that's not how this fort went. Right, so that's going to need to be. So I'm going to need to make sure that these here don't ever get channeled out, because the ramps that are going to be here, where is it? No, sorry, these blocks here never get channeled out, because the ramps that are going to be right there are going to need those. And that is something that I always do wrong, is that I forget that ramps need a solid surface to lean on. Oops, sorry, let's get that moving again. Alright, let's go check on our oh, we got comment. Another one. Oh my god, these stupid dogs. Not you. Kira, don't chew on the blanket, please. All right. Good job, Kib. Well done. You're a good girl? Are you a good girl? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, let's follow this guy for a bit and see what he's building. So what does he have right now? He grabbed a stray cat bone. Excellent. Now cats I have no problem following or slaughtering. They you know. Down you go. My pretty versus time compromise is plan out my fortress in marker mode, then toggle in normal into minimal paths through what will eventually be the actual rooms and halls to get the basics. But yeah, that would be the smart way to do it. Is to actually have a plan. But I kind of, yeah, I do tend to wing it a little bit more than I maybe should, especially on the big stuff. Case in point, my beautiful cathedral, which has an unfinished, unsmooth top level because I was impatient. Oh well. More. So the war dogs are getting bruised up a bit because they are following one of my miners, who I think also happens to be a sorry, one sec. Who also happens to be a animal trainer. And sorry, where are we here? Where's my V? Stray dog. No, okay, let's just. That's weird. V, there we go. Oh, haha, that's why. We were on the wrong Z level. So one problem with using the multi-level rendering is it's sometimes hard to see what level you're actually on. Alright, so okay, needs one more thing. One more thing. Okay, so we are done the digging. More gems that are not going to get used. It's too bad. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get kind of interesting. Because what I want to do is have the bridge. This bridge is not just going to stay there unsupported. It's going to have pillars. Very big, dwarfy pillars. So we need to go in here and start digging stuff out. So let's see. How should we do this? So this has to stay. Let's say if we do every 5 squares, we do a 2 thing. Nope, wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. So we want to do that. So that needs to stay. So we're gonna go and do what, like 5. Okay, come on. Stop. Turn off remove designation already. It's like I don't know how to play this game or something. I hope this actually works out. Because the one thing I can't do is leave that there. Actually, yes, I can, can't I? So we're going to do, that's 5, and then we're going to do this. It's going to go open to the outside. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now they're gonna dig out underneath the bridge above it, and they're gonna leave those 5, or what is it, 5, 6 pillars, and those are gonna go all the way down to the bottom, along with these other pillars that I left here, which are going to go down as well. So that pattern is going to repeat all the way down, and should be pretty fucking epic. You can probably hear my dogs on the... it is going to go... Okay, so if we're going to the top, this is the top here. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Z levels down. Yeah, maybe one more, but probably not. Alright, the duck is started his mysterious construction. What an epic dwarf. What can I say? So yeah, it's going down a long way. And the fortress itself kind of juts into it a bit, as you can see kind of down here, right? These little areas are going to end up being inside. They're going to jut out into the space. Which is going to be cool as well. And I plan to put like gem windows in there and make it kind of open to the air as well, just to give them a nice dwarfy, epic bedroom. All right. So it's the 5th month. So we're going to have a trade caravan in 2 months or so, which means we're going to need to open up our bridges. Yes, hi. Good dogs. Oh my goodness. The dogs are being extremely cute. They're just doing it off camera. So I want to dump this. We've got some clothes scattered around here, so we're just going to dump those. Dwarves are not the cleanest creatures on the world on the earth. Okay, so down we go. There we are. Now we can start smoothing this stuff. I hate leaving those gems in place, but you know what? Better than having unsightly constructions. Pillars. Okay. Exciting stuff watching me designate this, I know. But let's go up. So this one should actually get dug out too, right? So that's going to get dug out. This is going to get dug out. Because those are underneath the little bridges here, which I also have to get smooth on. Alright, I need to go... No. Don't do that. There we go. The S and the D key are different. Just remember that. Okay. Oh, fuck's sakes. Oh no, we should be fine. Okay, so let's go to the mouse. And we're just going to do these real quick. No! Stop chewing! Stop wrecking your bed, you dumb dog! Your favorite pastime is ripping their bed apart. No, what's that? That doesn't need to be done. That just hasn't been dug out yet. No, it does. Okay, it does. Okay. So this will get all the doors working. let you guys watch that. I need to go check on my kids and make sure. Willow! Winston! No. No. Alright, so there we go. We got... That's going to have to wait a bit. Okay, so I'll give them something to do. I'm going to go and just check on my kids, make sure they're still alive. You can watch the dogs. Take it easy, I'll be like 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. And the dwarves seem to be doing pretty well. Alright, let's see how our mysterious construction is doing. There we go! Deduk Zenordoran, blacksmith, has created Alothidas. Great name. A silver sarcophagus. She claims it as an heirloom in the name of her family ancestor Datan's showered furnace. That is awesome. Sarcophagi and burial containers are really, really useful artifacts. So we will place that in our crypt for Godin. That might make him happy. In fact, let's do that right now. So we're going to go zip down to our crypt here, which is this area right there. That's his zinc sarcophagus that he has right now. Sorry, we'll go T. So we're going to get rid of that. And we actually have a statue of our count right next to it as well, because I like to spoil them. Alright, so we're going to remove that, and we'll put our new sarcophagus down here as well. That is sweet. Let's take a look at it, actually, while we're... So, Atolthidas, Finder Frill, a silver sarcophagus. This is a silver sarcophagus. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned gabbro cabochons and cushioned native platinum cabochons, studded with silver and encircled with bands of cat bone. This object menaces with spikes of milk quartz and large rat leather. On the item is an image of elk in granite. On the item is an image of hornbill named gabbro. Yeah, not an earring. I know, right? That's actually pretty damn useful. So that is pretty sweet. We do have plenty of earrings, though. If we go down to our this is our I guess entrance hall so to speak, to we've got the throne room right here, the mayor's bedroom and his dining room, and there's just that was supposed to be an office for a bookkeeper, but that ended up not being needed because we have a vampire bookkeeper and manager who has his own space. So, but this is all the artifacts in the fort, pretty much. There's a lot of them, and they each have their own pedestal in this area, which is a very high traffic area because we've had a lot of thievery. So this one in particular, I think it was this one right here. It's like the most 2020 thing ever. Kabonkagon. Let's take a look at it. This is a Gabbro bracelet. All craftsmanship is the highest quality. It's encrusted with rose-cut red zircons and encircled with bands of rectangular Gabbro cabochons. On the item is an image of a forgotten beast in schist. It has 2 kills. It's killed 2 dogs, 2 of our dogs, and it's killed the Risen Stalker Bard Zephon. And it was because it was wielded by an intelligent undead bard named Zephon Luthikud. Thanks so much, TKR. I appreciate you dropping by. I hope to see you again soon. I will be streaming again tomorrow. A little earlier, but roughly the same time. Thanks so much for coming. So yeah, it was was stolen by this bard, and then it was wielded by him trying to, so he was in our temple because I had locked the doors when I found that it had been stolen, and yeah, he beat 2 dogs to death with it, so yay. But anyway, thanks so much, TKR, for coming by. I really appreciate it. I really do. We'll see you again. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, so go back up here. I'm going to be streaming for, if anyone else is still kicking around, I'm going to be streaming for another 25 minutes or so. And then I'm going to call it a day for dinner. So we're going to build a couple of doors here. We're going to build some nice doors. Stunning Toaster, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. As a new streamer, every follow is just gold, so I really, really appreciate it. Thornfalk, thank you so much for the follow. I am that's super, so exciting. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're gonna do, we're gonna build some special. Thornfalk, you have no idea. This is my second ever stream. So when I started doing this, I'm like, is anyone even going to watch? Why would anyone watch me play this game? But yeah, so I really do appreciate the follow. I really, really do. All right, so well, I hope everything's okay. The internet's obviously back on now, Stunning Toaster. That is awesome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everyone's here. Really good. So we're going to build a couple of doors for right here. Special doors for the entryway. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is this will be a large bridge across right here. And then these will be 2 smaller ones. And just smaller walkways for dwarves. And they'll have... so I'm not going to be worried so much about those being guarded by the bridge, so a little bit easier. Well, thanks so much, Stunning Toaster. I appreciate it. Tomorrow I'm hopefully going to be streaming about 11 o'clock or noon my time, which is Mountain Standard, and I don't know about organized, but if you actually saw the way the stockpiles in particular are done, you probably wouldn't call it organized. But anyway, so anyway, I'm gonna have walkways here, which will be guarded by doors. So we're gonna build some nice ones around. So let's do that. So we're gonna go down. We're gonna build them out of metal because that's dwarfy, right? Okay, so we're going to go down to level 4. Nope, we're going to turn that on first. Level 4 and then down 1. And we're going to build it here. And now that we have Thornfalk, thanks for the raid. My first ever raid. You're the man. You're the man. First ever raid. Raid Pog. Lord Scrubby, welcome. Verbose One, thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Good to see you. I'm glad you popped by. Someone suggested sending mine to someone else, and then I ended my stream with the dudes like the energy. Cool, I appreciate that. It's popping off. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, again, second ever stream. I had no idea any of this was going to happen. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to build we're going to build some doors here, and we're going to do it with our brand new legendary smith. If I can remember what his name was. Well, I'm hopping off to go lift, but if you're still streaming when I'm back, I won't be streaming. I'm going to be streaming for another 20 minutes or so. I have to feed my kids tonight at some point. I will be streaming tomorrow afternoon though, so if you pop by, I would love to see you again. So thanks for coming by. Thanks for the raid, the follow, and everything. It's been great. So we need to find our new blacksmith. Let's sort. So we've got Dwarf Therapist up. If any of you aren't familiar with it, it just gives you a bit of a better. So wait. Lord Scrubby, thank you very much for the follow. It is truly appreciated. The that is Diggy. Apparently, it's based on Minecraft, Verbose. But as far as I'm concerned, it is the unofficial theme song for Dwarf Fortress. I live next to a whiskey. Which one? Which whiskey bottle? Which distillery? Yes, and I actually just put that up for the stream today because the blank wall was bugging me. So. Anyway, so he wasn't possessed, so he definitely. Who the heck? So I'm just going to turn off Dwarf Therapist here for a second. I don't remember who the hell just did that. So let's go to our artifacts. Let's take a look at the new artifact we just got. Description. This was built. So all draft. Where does this say? Doesn't say who built it. Fuck. Deduck. It was a guy named Deduck. There he is. So we're going to make him build our new doors. So we're going to view him. So we should probably give him some better stuff too. So Deduck Heart Diamonds. Okay. So we're going to make this his workshop for now. So we're going to go into Profile. We're going to search for Deduck. Deduck Blacksmith. There we go. So now he's the only one allowed to work here. And we're going to add 2 doors. Oh, and why would anyone watch me play Dwarf Fortress? The answer is because fun. That's right. Is unique to every man and their reactions are always different. Dito's Minecraft song made by Yogscast. Yes. I just watched that for the first time yesterday. I am horribly uncool. Simon Lane, the Yogscast, always used a dwarf as his avatar. He's plays a dwarf in World of Warcraft, which made up most of the Yogscast content before they played Minecraft. That actually makes sense. Before I was Mr. Touch Shriek, I was known as Fan and the Dwarven Battle Medic. I did a World of Warcraft blog, which was mildly popular. But yeah, I've been kind of obsessed with dwarves for a long time. So we're going to build doors, furniture. What should we build them out of? Do we have any gold? Do I have gold? Let's find out. Actually, before I do that, let's go just check the stocks. It'd be easier. So we're going to go here and we're going to check our stocks. Go down to bars. Yes, we've got 6 gold bars. That should maybe be enough. Got lots of lead. So much lead. How much? I wonder, does anyone know offhand, or can anyone check the wiki, how many bars a door needs. Okay, so let's go back up. So let's just check that out. Oops. Viewers, 20 views, man, you guys are awesome. I'm just checking my stream stats. The viewers are just fantastic. You guys are just the best. Okay, so hang on 2 seconds. We're gonna go to the. I can't remember how many bars they do. I want to make, if I'm gonna make them out of gold, I want them both to be out of gold. So let's see, door. I don't remember this. I should. 3 bars. Okay, I have enough. Just enough. We're going to make them out of gold. Alright, add furniture, door. Furniture, we're going to gold, door. People say gold is useless. I disagree. I like gold. It's very dwarfy. Okay. Kicky flow. I haven't heard that one. Yeah, I know, like, I know it's supposed to be a Minecraft meme, but I don't really get Minecraft out of it. I mean, I don't get that Minecraft is about dwarves, personally, but... hurdy-gurdy. I just like saying hurdy-gurdy. I mean, who doesn't like saying that? Okay. If this is your first visit to the wiki, that's essentially the manual for Dwarf Fortress. There really isn't one otherwise. It's phenomenal. Everything I learned has basically come from that website, so it's phenomenal. All right, so we're building our doors. We need to start. We're done, just about done this. So we're gonna start smoothing. These are the pillars that are holding up the bridge. And then we're going to start, once those are smooth, we're ready to go down one more Z level. I think we're going to go down, and this is going to need to be smooth as well. So I think we're going to go down one more Z level, and that'll do it for the stream for today. Actually, stop. They're very perky today. That doesn't need, because that's going to get channeled down. So as the trade caravans come into the grand entrance, they come in through here. This won't be there eventually. Once we have a different way up, they're going to come in through here. They're going to go down. They're going to go here. They're going to go down one more, and then eventually, the idea here is that it's going to loop around to a trade depot here-ish, or somewhere around there. And then there's going to be other bridges coming in from the fort itself, going underneath the big one, which will be fun. Should be fun. Should be dwarfy. It's going to be awesome. But lots of work to do. When I conceived of this, I didn't quite realize how insane this is going to be. A lot of work, because we're going down 13 Z levels. I think we figured out. So if anyone is interested, the music that we're listening to is by a composer named Adrian von Ziegler. He does a ton of Celtic-inspired, fantasy-inspired music, and importantly, he allows anyone to use it. So he, with attribution, of course, you can use it on stream or on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever. Which is amazing for any artist to do. So big shout out to him if he ever sees this. But his music is perfect. It's very it's perfect for what I'm doing. So I was really happy when I found that. Okay, we are just about done on this level. So we're starting to look pretty good here. Once the doors get built, We're going to build those here. We will then start building, we'll actually build our bridge, because then we'll be able to lock it up. I suppose we could do it now. Question is, do we build it out of silver or do we build it out of gold? I'll need more gold if we do it that way. Okay, I think we are just about done. So let's go see. We're going to go down to our fort. We should be done with the doors already. We are done. Oh, that's a smelter. What am I doing? Did I? No, okay, sorry. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, they're still working on the doors. I was looking at the smelter, not the forge. Okay, so it is 6. We're going to lower our bridges now to allow our trade caravans in. We have 3 bridges guarding entrance to this whole area. Yeah, music is important for background atmosphere. Yeah, no kidding. This game can have a lot of downtime or a lot of silence, so if you don't have music in this, it's tough. But and the Dwarf Fortress music is great, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's just not as epic. Okay, whoops. We're gonna pull, add, pull. So we're pulling the levers here that are gonna let down the 3 bridges to open up the fort for the trade caravans. One of the reasons why I want to build this grand entrance is having to manage 3 bridges all the time is a real pain in the ass. Yeah, so this guy here, in case you're wondering, is our resident vampire. He is unfocused because he has a lot of unmet needs. But he is also ecstatically happy. Dwarf Fortress or Dwarf Therapist, if no one uses it, is fantastic in that you get to see exactly how happy or unhappy they are. And I'll just turn it on here real quick, and we'll search for the count. Oh, what am I doing here? Count. I can't type anymore. So this is him here. He is minus 93,000 happy. That's about as happy as you can get. So it used to be like 100, minus 100. So he's actually getting unhappier. So he may go insane in a few years, but he is pretty happy right now. But he's also a vampire, so fuck him. So, alright, we are done with the, okay, so now we can start designating the rest of this for channeling. So, we're going to dig, all of this goes, we are channeling it, so that goes, all of this goes here, yeah, that's fine. My name, Mr. Touch Freak, is, okay, first of all, the first thing you need to know about me is I'm a massive David Bowie freak, fanboy. When he died, I listened to basically nothing but David Bowie for 2 years, and so much so that my wife is so sick, it's not even funny. Anyway, Mr. Touch Freak is a character in one of his albums. The album is Outside, it was from 1996, and it's actually a really cool album if you've never heard it. It's industrial, so it was inspired by 9 Inch Nails, and the album itself is it's, how does he describe it? It's a murder mystery, postmodern art murder mystery. It's just the most fucked up thing you're ever going to run across. And Mr. Touch Freak is one of the characters in that. He does a really creepy monologue. Anyway, so I've always loved the album. I love David Bowie. And when I was playing EVE Online, which I played for a long, long time, I was creating an alt for like PvP, and I wanted something badass, and I thought Mr. Touch Freak sounded really cool. And so I did, and that was the name I got known by. So everyone in EVE Online knows me as Mr. Touch, Mr. Touch Shriek. So it's kind of become my personal alter ego. Even though I'm not quite as bitter as the actual character. Not yet. Working on it. Okay, this is such a pain in the ass. Oh my god. Okay. Aside from DF, what games do I play? So the games I play most often are actually World of Warships. I play that quite a bit. That's kind of a winding down sort of game. I play Blood Bowl, although not as often as I'd like. That's actually how I got into watching streams in the first place. When COVID hit, I was really jonesing for football because it was just coming up on Canadian football season, and I was really jonesing for any kind of sports. So I figured, hey, let's go watch some Blood Bowl streams. Is that your management system to monitor the workload, or do you think it helps? I haven't played Fort, so I don't know what works best. Is that your management system to monitor the workload? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by management system, or what are you referring to exactly? Oh, Dwarf Therapist. Yeah, Dwarf Therapist is... I'll pop it up here for you. So this is part of what's called the... when I pop it up for you guys, it doesn't actually pop up for me. So, so this just allows a lot easier management of your dwarves. Because you can see all of them at a glance. You can see what skills or what jobs everybody has, what their skills are in that job, and you can get information about their happiness, about all of their personality, basically everything about the dwarves. The same stuff that you could get in the main screen, but it's just all, you can see all of it at the same time. You can also, for instance, if you want, for instance, if I'm carving out a special room and I want to put some engravings down, I only want these guys to do it, the best engravers. So what I'll do is I'll take and I'll unassign stone detailing from everybody and then accept the ones I want. So that way, doing that in the vanilla standard interface would take hours. It's a lot easier doing it this way. So actually, we don't need to commit to that. But so yeah, so that is the dwarf therapist. It essentially allows you to manage your dwarves, and it is really, really, really good. Some streamers, some people don't like it. Some people think it gives you too much information, which it certainly does. I mean, you can actually see, for instance, exactly how happy or unhappy someone is. You can go in here and look at their needs, which is like, so our doctor, he really, really needs to pray. He's having a hard time being unable to pray. And so seeing all this stuff at a glance is very, very good. It's very useful, but some do think of it kind of exploity, but I don't. I think it's actually necessary. I think that the Dwarf Fortress Steam version will have something like that, just like RimWorld does. It's not, because there's nothing in there aside from a few numbers. Hi, 28 grams. Thanks for popping by. It's not too much information. It's actually, for a noob, it's really vital, because finding that in the actual interface of Dwarf Fortress is difficult. So for instance, let me show you what to do. So we've got a dwarf here. We're going to pause it. We've got this dwarf here. This is iTab. Now, so when I press the V button to go over him, the V button is just to kind of inquire about one particular dwarf. We can see over here on the right hand side, this is him. So we've got down here all the different things we can look at. These are his his skills. We can look at his inventory. We can look at his profession, and we can look at his wounds and his general thoughts and feelings. Okay, we're actually literally looking into his mind right now. And we can see in this, we can see, oh, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. let me do that again. Sorry, when I pop down Dwarf Therapist, when I pop it up, I don't actually, it doesn't pop up for me, like the windows are controlled differently, so apologize for that. Let me try that again. So our dwarf is right here, okay? So if we go over top of him, we can see all of the different, so on the bottom of the screen here, you can see the different categories of things you can do. So we can look at his general attributes. These are all his skills and all of his different things. Now these are all the exact same things you'd see in Dwarf Therapist. It's just a little easier to see what's what in Dwarf Therapist. His inventory, which you actually can't see in Dwarf Therapist, not really. Profession stuff. This also shows you what squad he's in, military squad, if any. His wounds, if he has any, and his thoughts and feelings. Okay, so this is really all the same information you see in Dwarf Therapist. It's just presented a little easier. It's also mouse driven, which a lot of people prefer. But if we were going to say and go and change his, if we were going to change his labor, so we wanted to turn on or off stone crafting, for instance, we'd have to go into the profession screen, labor, and then we go down here and we change stone detailing off. Now imagine doing that for 120 dwarves. If you only want one particular guy doing your stone detailing, it's a pain. Yeah, this is an incredibly detailed game. This is an insanely detailed game. Insanely detailed. Because you each dwarf not only has thoughts and feelings and preferences, they have the winter to 2204. I hope we make it that far. Welcome to the stream. I am going to be wrapping this up in the next 5 minutes, just so you know. So hit the follow button. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and we'll be continuing our epic dig. As you can see, we are going down. We're creating this entryway, and this is going down about 13 levels, which is going to take some time. But yeah, so this is not only the most detailed game like ever, because every dwarf and every creature in the game is not just made up of hit points. They're made up of individual tissue and nerves and bones and everything, and they can all get broken. They can all get damaged. Yeah, if you go live, let me know. I'll raid you when I'm done. For sure, Verbose, absolutely. I didn't know you. Let me follow you. Give you a quick follow here, if I can. Don't even know how to do that. Ban timeout. Well, I'll come when I raid you. I'll be going there. I have, in fact, on that note, since we've only got 5 minutes, since we've only got 5 minutes, I'm not going to let them go to town digging this. Actually, pardon me, they already are. But I'm going to show you one of my dwarves, one of my absolute favorite dwarves, who is, she's a scribe, and I can't remember what her name is exactly. It's Saxil something or other, but the A, goddamn. One thing I don't like about this game is it uses a lot of unique characters, so you can't search for everything all the time very easily. Scribe. Yeah, there she is. Okay, so Saxil Kazbenkivish. Now this dwarf is wonderful. She's married. She has a kid named Baby Reg, and she is one of our scribes. This is her head. So she is 79 years old. She was born the 1st of Opal, the year 183. She is messed up. So her entire face, as you can see right here in this little red area, so her fourth toe left foot is broken, her fourth toe left foot is smashed open. Her lips are mangled beyond recognition, her cheeks are mangled beyond recognition, both eyes are mangled beyond recognition. So she was she was helping me secure my cavern lair. So these are the caverns underneath our fortress. These are dangerous places. Lots of monsters can spawn here. In fact, I've got 3 forgotten beasts trapped in our cavern lair. Anyway, as we were securing this, building these walls, you can see down here, along all the entrances, all the exits of the cavern. This was a giant, took us a year and a half of dwarf time to do, and every dwarf in the fort was down here all the time, hauling blocks all day. I just watch whenever it's live on Twitch streaming. For the favor, in case anyone needs to be out there. Yeah, absolutely, verbose. I appreciate you stopping by. So anyway, so she was down here. She was hauling blocks to build this wall right here, and she got attacked by a troll. And so she tried to run. The troll ripped her face off, and so I built her a nice bedroom to compensate for it. But it was just terrible. It was horrifying to watch, because normally, you know, if a troll gets a hold of a normal dwarf, they're just gonna die. But this one, she didn't. She hung on, and she managed to get she managed to survive, which was really impressive. So, all right. So on that note, I'm gonna have to wrap it up for the day. Verbose, are you going live right now? I'll raid you. I really appreciate everyone who stopped by, everyone who followed. I really, really appreciate it. As a brand new streamer, this has probably been far above my expectations. Far above my expectations. So thank you so much. And if you haven't popped the follow button, please go ahead. I love hearing the thunder sound. And I will be live again tomorrow. We will continue with Beguiled Bastion of Beers, Year 12. And yeah, so there you go. I'm going to kick you over to Verbose, and you can continue watching some epic Dwarf Fortress. Except I don't know how to do that. So okay, hang on 2 seconds. I'm going to just get this done here. So twitch.tv/verbose1. Can I raid you? No. Okay. Alright, so we're going to throw Verbose a follow. Now we should be able to. There we go. All right. Throwing you all over to Verbose, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. Again, I appreciate all the support, all the follows and everything. Thank you very much. And enjoy Verbose. Have a great day. Stay dwarfy. And dwarf, where am I doing? We're going to just go to ended.